Before diving into a new 2D showdown filled with killer machines and non-stop mayhem, it's the perfect time to revisit the run-and-gun hits that shaped the genre. Today's list mixes timeless arcade classics, bold modern reinventions, and sharp indie standouts that still deliver raw excitement. Trust me, they all bring tight storytelling, wild enemy designs, and set pieces that crank the tension higher with every stage. So settle in and warm up with the most explosive titles worth playing before Terminator 2D No Fate drops.
The delicious last course.
Cuphead. Let's start with a simple casino gamble that spirals into a soul-collecting nightmare when two brothers lose a bet to the devil. Their journey across Inkwell Isle becomes a chase through bizarre worlds where debtors transform into monsters, guardians, and twisted storybook oddities. The islands reveal how these characters got tangled in the devil's deals, building a whimsical yet high-stakes narrative that keeps escalating until the final showdown in his lair. Gameplay reinforces the pressure with pattern-heavy boss battles, tight dodging, weapon swapping, and charm-based loadouts. Run-and-gun levels break the tension with platforming challenges that sharpen reflexes before the next big fight. Next up is a modern reimagining that revives a legendary alien threat with fresh energy.
It's time for revenge.
Let's attack aggressively!
Contra, Operation Galuga. A covert mission on the Galuga archipelago quickly unravels when Bill Reiser and Lance Bean discover that a terrorist force is only the surface problem. Deeper investigation exposes biological horrors linked to the Red Falcon entity, pushing the duo into a global conspiracy involving corrupted soldiers, mutated organisms, and off-world intelligence steering the chaos. The campaign expands classic Contra lore through new cutscenes and character motivations, giving the conflict more emotional weight than ever. Gameplay modernizes the original formula with overload abilities, customizable loadouts, crisp platforming, and co-op-friendly enemy waves. Power-ups stack into aggressive weapon builds that let stages play differently on each run, sliding into something grittier and a fully devoted to classic 16-bit machine warfare. Blazing Chrome. Humanity struggles under the rule of robotic overlords who've turned Earth into a controlled wasteland. Two resistance fighters, Mavra and Doyle, launch a direct assault on the heart of the regime, uncovering how the machines rose, how humans were pushed to the brink, and why the last pockets of freedom matter. Every mission shows pieces of the world's downfall: derailed transport lines, scorched industrial zones, ruined labs, and off-world defense structures built to ensure total domination. Gameplay captures old-school intensity with fast roll dodges, vehicle segments, weapon swapping, and relentless enemy waves. Boss fights hit hard with multi-phase patterns that reward sharp positioning. Metal Slug 3. A routine mission against General Morden's insurgents descends into chaos when alien forces intervene worldwide. Marco, Tarma, Eri, and Fio chase signs of abductions, biological experiments, and sudden alliances forming between human rebels and extraterrestrial invaders. Multiple route options reveal alternate battles, from zombie outbreaks to deep-sea creature attacks, and even a full-scale assault on an alien mothership. The branching paths turn the war into a global mystery, unraveling in an explosive fashion. Gameplay mixes POW rescues, varied vehicles, and hidden paths. Modern ports add online features and visual enhancements, while retaining the arcade pacing that made this entry iconic. From intergalactic conspiracies, we rewind to the rebellious origins of a future legend. Hardcore. Long before the events of Contra, Hardcore, Bahamut rises within a resistance movement, battling an empire that crushes cities and wipes out uprisings with cybernetic armies. His partnership with Crystal highlights the human cost of the conflict, revealing occupied zones, destroyed habitats, and experimental facilities feeding the Empire's expansion. As Bahamut climbs through the enemy lines, the story is all loyalty, rebellion, and the choices that shape his future as both hero and renegade. Gameplay emphasizes momentum with air dashes, advanced movement chains, weapon stacking, and risky aggression. Rising mode adds a progression layer that rewards persistence and tactical upgrades.
Local law enforcement does not have the interest to intervene for the time being. I hope you understand the gravity of this matter.
Huntdown. Now let's leave the front lines and step into the streets run by gangs and corporate corruption. A collapsing metropolis tears itself apart as gangs seize districts while corporations quietly manipulate the power vacuum. 3 bounty hunters, Anaconda, John Sawyer, and Mo Man, enter the chaos to dismantle each gang's hierarchy from the inside. Every district reveals its own culture: masked anarchists, biker militias, tech-obsessed cults, and crime families trying to carve out empires. Through dialogue and boss encounters, the story paints a surprisingly layered portrait of urban decay. Gameplay gives us tight shooting with slide attacks, cover interactions, and frequent weapon pickups. Each boss fight demands pattern reading, turning every contract into a showdown of style and precision. Valfaris. From street warfare, we blast into cosmic metal carnage. Once lost fortress world Valfaris suddenly reappears in orbit of a dying star, drawing Therion back to confront the corruption consuming his home. The Citadel has fused with demonic biotechnology, reshaping hulls into organic machinery and spawning grotesque life forms. As Therion searches for the truth behind Valfaris' fall, he uncovers his father's role in the transformation and the ideological spiral that doomed the world. The story grows heavier with each zone, pulling deeper into cosmic horror. Gameplay matches the tone with brutal weapons, shield counters, and risk-reward checkpoint usage tied to limited resurrection items. Bosses demand aggression and tight execution. My Friend Pedro. Time to shift from heavy metal fury to a surreal acrobatic bullet opera. A masked assassin awakens under the direction of Pedro, a talking banana guiding him through a conspiracy involving criminal families, biker gangs, corrupt corporations, and an unstable internet icon. As the assassin clears each faction, scattered clues reveal his identity, the betrayal that set everything in motion, and Pedro's questionable motivations. The absurd humor never overshadows the building mystery behind why he was chosen, and how every kill ties back to a personal history he barely remembers. Gameplay emphasizes slow motion flips, ricochet shots, dual-wielding choreography, and creative routing through cramped arenas. Style points reward improvisation and flow. Iron Meat. In this next game, human civilization collapses as an interdimensional biomass called the Meat spreads across the planet, absorbing humans, machines, and entire structures into a single mutating organism. You step into the role of Vadim, a soldier forced into the heart of the outbreak after a series of failed experiments on the moon, conducted by scientist Yuri Markov, unleash horrors no one was prepared for. Each of the 9 stages pushes deeper into zones reshaped by the infestation, where victims fuse with metal, machines grow organic tissue, and entire landscapes shift like living anatomy. As the truth behind Markov's research surfaces, the invasion becomes far more deliberate than it first appeared. The gameplay is classic arcade run-and-gun design with modern intensity, multi-phase boss battles, screen-filling attack patterns, and relentless enemy waves. Couch co-op, unlockable skins, and wild customization options round out the carnage as you fight to stop the meat before it consumes everything. Mighty Goose. Shifting into something lighter, louder, and goose-powered. Galaxies fall under the Void King's control as his armies scorch worlds and harvest populations for expansion. A legendary bounty hunter known as Goose joins the rebellion, tackling warlords who maintain the Empire's grip over mechanized deserts, bioswamps, and fortified moons. Every mission exposes how planets were conquered and why the Void King's forces remain frighteningly organized. Between comedic moments, the narrative still treats the rebellion's stakes seriously as Goose closes in on the tyrant himself. Gameplay mixes rapid-fire action with vehicles, support companions, and special attacks to turn firefights into screen-filling chaos. Alien Hominid HD. Now let's revisit a modern rebirth of an early 2000s cult invasion. An alien crash lands on Earth and instantly becomes the target of a secret agency determined to dissect him. His escape leads through cities, underground labs, frigid military zones, and surveillance hubs where abducted aliens and stolen tech reveal the agency's long-running cover-ups. Comedic cutscenes add personality, but the story ultimately follows his struggle to retrieve his ship and avoid being erased from existence. The HD version sharpens animation and adds updated narrative beats. This one gives us rapid shooting, digging, melee grabs, and hijacked vehicles. The remaster tightens responsiveness and enemy patterns without losing the original chaos.
人々を解放しなくて何としてでも
Vengeful Guardian, Moonrider. A cybernetic super soldier awakens, rejects his programming, and turns against the totalitarian state that manufactured him. His mission exposes polluted sectors, failed experiments, fortified temples, and military facilities housing oppressive technologies. The bosses represent a different super soldier prototype, showcasing the government's long history of weaponizing human life. As Moonrider dismantles the regime's elite units, he uncovers the truth behind his creation and how deeply the state relied on engineered obedience. Gameplay features precise melee strikes, motorcycle segments, and ability chips acquired from defeated bosses. Levels echo 16-bit design with modern smoothness. Let's dial the chaos into fully explosive parody next. Broforce. A global terror crisis sends an elite squad of action hero parodies into missions spanning jungle encampments, underground bunkers, alien nests, and demonic battlegrounds. The story escalates each region's threat level, pushing from military uprisings to interdimensional horrors as freedom becomes a chaotic mission statement tearing through everything in sight. Despite its humor, the campaign still builds a surprisingly coherent arc of escalating threats that spiral wildly by the finale. Gameplay thrives on destructible terrain, quick character swapping, and explosive chain reactions. Every bro's unique weapons reshape encounters, rewarding experimentation and reckless creativity. Up next, we head straight into the grimdark future of the 41st millennium. Warhammer 40k, Shootas, Blood, and Teef. One stolen hairsquig is enough to send an orc warrior into a hilariously violent revenge crusade across Lutius Prime as he hunts down his treacherous war boss. The campaign shows the planet's hive cities collapsing under orc invasions, Imperial defenses scrambling to hold ground, and rival tribes tearing each other apart. The narrative showcases orc culture, loyalty through violence, hierarchy through brawls, and joy through unending war. While the Imperium desperately tries to contain the mess, gameplay delivers classic run-and-gun action with explosive orc weapons, mobility boosts, and boss battles featuring major orc and Imperial figures. Super Cyborg. Now let's drop into a pure alien-infested research nightmare. A catastrophic incident on a remote research island triggers your deployment as an elite combat cyborg built for high-risk operations. Scientists unintentionally awakened the Zerxal life form, an ancient and aggressive alien organism capable of mutating anything it encounters. With communication cut and the facility overrun, you are sent in to uncover what went wrong and stop the outbreak before it reaches the mainland. Your mission takes you across 7 brutal stages packed with swarming bioengineered monsters, corrupted machines, and fast-shifting mutations that attack in overwhelming numbers. Each level escalates at the threat, with new enemy types and massive boss encounters that push your reflexes and firepower to their limit. The only rule on this island is simple. Anything that moves is hostile, and hesitation means death. Humanity's survival depends entirely on how far you can push into the heart of the infestation and whether you can eliminate the Zerxal for good. Gunlord X. Next, we venture into an expansive homage to arcade shooters and exploration-heavy design. A rescue mission takes a warrior across massive alien landscapes to uncover the fate of a missing heroine tied to a cosmic threat. The environments, be it the jungles, crystal caverns, industrial ruins, and sprawling overworld segments, reveal lore about ancient forces shaping the universe. Terminals, hidden rooms, and colossal bosses piece together a story about interdimensional power and the characters connected through NG Dev's universe. The narrative encourages exploration, rewarding curiosity with world-building details. Gameplay merges run-and-gun combat with multi-directional firing, large maps, and screen-filling bosses. The X Edition improves visuals, controls, and pacing for modern systems. Mechstermination Force. Cities crumble under enormous robotic titans, leaving humanity relying on a small task force capable of climbing and dismantling the machines directly. Every battle serves as its own mini-story, learning how the Titan functions, exposing its weaknesses, and uncovering clues about the creator behind the mechanical uprising. With every encounter, the mystery grows, hinting at a deeper plan linking all the machines. Gameplay gives us platforming, weapon upgrades, and boss-scale puzzle solving. You climb limbs, dodge sweeping attacks, and blast apart armor plates until each Titan finally collapses. Guns of Fury. Guns of Fury is a retro-inspired action platformer that is all about that classic run-and-gun combat with true Metroidvania exploration. You play as Vincent Fury, a special operative sent to infiltrate Easton Industries after world-renowned scientist Dr. Klaus disappears and his lab is destroyed. The corporation's president, A. Easton, is believed to be weaponizing Klaus's revolutionary Tetracell, and you must locate the scientists, recover the device, and stop a global catastrophe. Explore a vast, interconnected world filled with hidden paths, breakable walls, merchants, and challenging zones unlocked through newly acquired abilities. As you advance, you'll collect money, upgrade equipment, and discover hundreds of items, from firearms and melee weapons to explosives and accessories. Face Easton's private army, battle powerful bosses, and pilot multiple unique mechs. And with 16-bit handcrafted pixel art, destructible environments, alternate endings, and a dynamic soundtrack, the adventure never stops. These run-and-gun heavyweights earned their spots by mixing vivid stories, unforgettable enemies, and explosive pacing that still define the genre. Talk about exploring alien invasions, corrupt empires, cosmic horrors, or pure chaotic fun. They all sharpens reflexes and primes you for modern side-scrolling warfare. With Terminator 2D, No Fate on the horizon, this lineup offers the perfect warm-up, packed with bold art styles, sharp mechanics, and narrative energy that keeps every level rolling forward.